Let's see what Joe Biden's top advisor said about China and the coronavirus in January.
I think what you'd have to say about China is it's been more transparent and more candid than it has been during past outbreaks, though still there are problems with transparency and candor.
Oh, okay. Remember, so...
Problems with it. Let's see, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan. It was already spreading, this death plague. And Joe Biden's top executive or top advisor is praising China's transparency. That's fascinating.
Would you ban Chinese travelers from arriving in the United States?
I wouldn't. I think that's premature. I think it's very important exchange, very important for trade and tourism, and the very, very few of those people will have it. What's more, since this virus broke out, 250,000 people have come from China, so they're already here.
And then...
Yeah, they're already here. So just let them roam. Keep coming in. We don't want to stem the tide. Negative.
And then one day before the president's travel ban, January 30th, top Biden health official Dr. Zeke Emanuel said everyone needed to stop panicking, stop being hysterical. Then on February 1st, that's the day that Biden, day after the travel ban was implemented, after 10 days, the first identified case of corona, well, Joe himself tweeted out that the travel ban was hysterical, xenophobia, and fear-mongering. On February 13th, top Biden advisor claimed he tweeted that we are experiencing a fear epidemic, not a COVID-19 epidemic. Joe Biden himself called the president's aggressive COVID-19 response, the travel ban, the first quarantine in over 50 years, hysterical, xenophobia, fear-mongering on multiple occasions as late as March the 18th. And meanwhile, Joe Biden was still holding indoor rallies in the month of March, and he was doling out his world-famous creepy hugs. Remember those? He wasn't talking about social distancing. He wasn't wearing a mask. He wasn't coordinating an aggressive use of the Defense Production Act plan or sourcing PPE. And he was against the travel ban, against the quarantine, against the subsequent travel ban. Now, that likely saved at least hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Americans from contracting the virus, and God knows how many thousands of Americans from dying. And by the way, he didn't get to that until April. Get this, Biden's press secretary now, like Biden, blatantly lying and pretending that the ever-forgetful Joe was always in favor of the travel ban. That's called a lie. The ban that they called Joe multiple times, including late March, hysterical, xenophobic, fear-mongering. Take a look.
You're saying that Joe Biden was for closing down travel from China when the president did it?
Joe Biden has been clear, and I can send you the fact checks if they're helpful, Brett. Joe Biden has been clear that he was not against that travel ban.
But he was for it?
Joe Biden has been clear about this, Brett. I can send you the fact checks if they're helpful. This has been fact checked into oblivion.
Okay, I'm just asking you the question. You're saying, yes, he was for the China travel ban when the president implemented it 48 hours after receiving that briefing.
The important thing about the travel ban...
Yes or no? Yes or no,
I know... Brett, I know that you all like to cite the travel ban. I know the president
No, the president does. That's why I'm bringing it up. Obviously, it's going to be in the debate.
Brett, hold on. The important thing to know about the travel ban is that even after the president implemented that travel ban, says that he implemented it, tens of thousands of people came in and out of the country.
I'm going to take it that you're not going to answer that question. You're going to send me some fact checks.
Brett Baer has the patience of Job there because he's lying. Or on top of his game, doesn't seem to have a lot of, let's say mental acuity. Just listen to Biden's top advisor, the guy you just heard from, Ron Klain, saying that the Biden-Obama response, listen to what they admitted about their response to the H1N1 virus, not the N1H1 virus as Biden calls it. Take a look.
I wasn't involved directly in the H1N1 response, but I lived through it as a White House staffer. And what I will say about it is a bunch of really talented, really great people working on it, and we did every possible thing wrong. And it's, 60 million Americans got H1N1 in that period of time. And it's just purely a fortuity that this isn't one of the great mass casualty events in American history. Had nothing to do with us doing anything right. Just had to do with luck.
Wow. the Biden-Obama administration, who, by the way, I was practicing during that time, and we didn't know anything about it. It was late into the game before we were actually hearing any news stories coming out. Fascinating how they buried that for the longest possible time. You don't want pediatricians or medical providers knowing about something that kills otherwise healthy children, unlike SARS-CoV-2 that has like literally no impact on healthy people. Anyways.
Teleprompter, can you move it down? The teleprompter.
I don't know. I think if I did that, I'd be in big trouble.
Teleprompter, can you move it down? The teleprompter. I have to read the answer. President is right. And but get this, apparently Biden's teleprompter is not just for speeches, because it looks an awful like he's using it to answer supposedly unscripted questions. Just listen to Biden's press secretary from earlier today. This is another great moment.
Has Joe Biden ever used a teleprompter during local interviews or to answer Q&A with supporters?
Brett, we are not.
Uh-oh. Damn it. I've been bred to lie. It's what I do. I lie. And but I mean, this is such a no-brainer. I can't lie. How do I deflect?
This is straight from the Trump campaign's
Well, yeah, they're using it.
And what it does, Brett, is it's trying to distract the American people.
They're using it. They talk about it every day. Can you say yes or no?
That's because
distract us from what? The fact that he's using a teleprompter to get fed answers to what are supposed to be unscripted questions at town hall meetings? Is that your question?
Talk about it every day, Brett, because they don't have a coherent
Well, you have an answer. Yes or no?
Brett, they talk about it every day because they don't have a coherent argument for why Donald Trump deserves re-election.
But you can't answer the question.
Brett, I am not going to allow the Trump campaign to funnel their questions through Fox News and get me to respond to that.
Does he use the teleprompter to
what news media will you then use to allow legitimate questions to, I guess, quote unquote, be funneled to you for you to answer? What does that mean, funneled? The fires. Those fires. My mom was just evacuated. Anyways, I love that. We're not going to allow Fox News to funnel legitimate questions to us. We have a set group of media outlets and reporters that we allow to ask Sleepy Joe questions. Outside of that, we don't allow funneling of legitimate questions. That's just not how we roll. We can't handle those kinds of questions because, well, yeah, he has a well, what happens when he goes off the teleprompter? I'm curious about that.
answer a question? Yes or no? Simple question. That's what you call an evasive non-answer, because he'd have to lie again. I think we all know why his campaign is trying to limit his extemporaneous comments. Just look at what happened Wednesday. Joe had to go off script. A little troubling.